Alright, so what we're going to show you here is how to do the LED strip light upgrade for the older Mopars that have the light bar. Basically what this kit will come with would be a 30 LED strip of lights, which is about 18 inches long, and a light diffuser. Alright, but first we're just going to go ahead and just do a comparison of what the stock lights look like at night versus what these are going to look like. What I have in the light bar here is actually our white LEDs, since we don't have any of the other bulbs that actually work. So these are actually a little bit brighter than the stock ones to start with. So let's go ahead and cut the lights. Alright, and they'll be at about this distance from the gauges. So with the white gauges, I mean it's not horrible, but it's not super bright. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll show you how to get started. Alright, so what we're going to do to start is basically we just need to get the wiring out of the way that's there. And normally on this particular car, these lights wires would have come through the bottom, but I'm just going to pull them out. Just get them out of the way for now. And there's another light that lights up the switch panel over here. Just get them out of the way for now. You can always put it back later, because you're going to need to. Alright. So basically, got the light panel here. On each Mopar, it's a little bit different on how they are laid out. But basically all you want to do is just, you'll see them, they pretty much have the similarity of they all have the blue lens. So you just want the LEDs to pretty much shoot the same direction as the blue lens. Now there's two different spots it looks like I can pretty much put this one. I could probably lay them right here. It looks like they shoot down at an angle a little bit, might not light the gauges up as best. Or the other spot is just to carefully put it along the top here. Overlaps just a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be enough to really matter a whole lot. So what you're going to want to do is just put the LEDs from end to end and just make sure that you're going to have enough room for the LEDs. And it looks like we need to cut about one or two off. Well, it's really tough. I think maybe we'll leave it actually. So basically at this point what you just start with is you start at the one end and you just peel the adhesive off, or peel the paper backing off, my bad, and it'll expose the adhesive. Alright, I just took some finagling there to get the adhesive to stay on the LED strip. Once you go, it should peel off real easy, and it's really tacky stuff, so what you just want to do is I usually just fold it back a little bit and kind of make it hard. Just put this right to the very edge that I want, and just slowly pull the paper out, and push the LEDs where they need to go, and then just kind of move the strip over, trying to keep it as parallel I can with the surface I'm working. Pretty good. So it works a little bit on the end, which is perfectly fine. Alright, so now we have those installed. Not going anywhere. Alright, so at this point what I'm going to do is just to make sure that they're going to work. Well, let's just cover the wiring. Alright, so what you want to do now is you'd want to put the bulbs back in. Actually, you'd want to pull the bulbs out of their sockets. Put the sockets back in, just in case you ever wanted to go back. You don't want to lose this wiring. So we'll just pull these guys out. You won't need the bulbs anymore, but keeping the sockets around wouldn't be a half bad idea. Alright. So these were just fed through here to begin with. And the only wire that you see here is the 12-volt positive. The ground comes through this whole thing. It's grounded to the car somewhere. When you mount it, it gets screwed and gets grounded that way. Alright, so now there's no bulbs in there. That one doesn't want to stay away. There we go. Alright. So essentially what you would do at this point is you've got a red and a black wire. Obviously the red one is positive. What you would want to do with the black is you'd want to find the ground where this thing's grounded. Odds are it's going to be probably one of these three screw holes, probably gets held up to the upper side of the dash. So you'd want to just strip some more of this off and put a little O ring on it and then just put it under the screw. That way when you thread it up there, this will make a good ground connection. For now, what we'll go ahead and do is just hook it up to my power connector here. Alright, now what you want to do for the positive is, I know you've seen those blue vampire clips. Basically, you know, you just put the wire on it and you've got this extra spot right here where you would slide another wire in and then you just clamp it down and it makes a connection. That would be the type of connector you'd use here. Or you can cut and solder, pretty much up to you. The easiest way would be the vampire clip. I don't have any of those, so I'm basically just going to pretend I vampire clipped it and I'm going to hook it up to our power supply, which is set up to about 12 volts DC. Alright, so we turn it on. Got lots of light. Lots of nice white bright light. Now I'm going to just flip it over real quick, just take a look at the gauges. I mean, you can't really see because of where the camera's at, but we'll follow up with that in a second. Alright, now the problem that we're going to run into is with this, I mean, you can kind of see a few of them are kind of shining down on you. Not quite flat as it should be. So, and that's where this other part comes into play. It's what we call the diffuser. Let's shut that back off. Now what this is going to do is it's going to pretty much mount right along here, and it just blocks that extra light from not really going in your face. There's different ways to do it depending on how you want the light. We're just going to kind of start with it flat for now. So what you want to do first is measure it. So we're going to cover just the edge of the LEDs from there to about right there. So I mean, it's safe to cut. It's just plastic, some adhesive on it. So we're going to go ahead and just cut it off, and then just peel the adhesive off. Same thing as the LED strip. Adhesive's on there, and we just position it in place. A little forgiving, so if you don't get it right the first time, just feel free to pull it up. You get one or two retries. Once you have that on there, and it's on there just as good as the LEDs, you can kind of position it. There's perforations in it that you can pretty much fold it to. Okay, so now if we turn this on, go this way, you can't really, there's no real bright spots hitting your legs when you're in your car or anything. And that is pretty much the extent of hooking them up and getting them installed. Now on this particular cluster, there's another light over here that lights up the switch panel. Just at this point you can put it back in and hook it on up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get things situated again and show you what it looks like when they're off, or when the lights are off. Alright, so we got the light bar done. Got the LEDs installed and the diffuser. So let's go ahead and see what they look like when they're turned on. Go ahead and hit the power here. Alright, now this is about where they sit. I mean, even with the lights on, you can see there's a lot more light to be seen on the gauges. Go ahead and shut them off. And it's just a lot brighter than it was. The light's a lot more distributed. You can actually read them at night. Hopefully this helps you get this installed and helps your nighttime visibility.